Good morning, everyone. It's iCurly here. It's Wednesday, September 3rd, and we are about to get right into our free trade idea of the day. So, I'm actually going to do SPX and I'm also going to do a SPY conversion. So, this video might be a little bit longer than usual because I'm going to convert it to SPY for anyone who may not be able to afford SPX. All right, so what I do see on SPX is that we do have this very nice bullish candle that closed yesterday. So it's a hammer candle. So I want to see if we get a move to the upside. But of course, the strat teaches us to be prepared in either direction. So we will make sure that we also map out the downside in the event that we do get market structure to the downside. So let's go ahead and map it out. We do have a daily hammer candle. So we have a call entry off of the daily time frame, and now we have to get our put entry. So we're going to scale down to the 4 hour and see if we have an entry, and we do. All right, so we have our put entry off of the 4 hour time frame, so we will label it as such. And now we need to figure out what our magnitude is to the upside. So we're looking at, all right, let's see here, 64, 63, 79. And that is where exhaustion risk will be. So that's our ATR target. And then let's go back over to the daily time frame just to see what our price targets will be. We're going to close that gap. So that's our PT off of the day since that's where our entry came from. Now from the 4 hour, we're going to get our magnitude to the downside. And so we're looking at about 63, 60, 60 to the downside. All right, perfect. Let's just double check and make sure everything is good. And it is. And it looks as if that target falls in line with the ATR target. So there's nothing for us to map to the downside. All right, so now let's get all of this out of the way and let's talk about what we have to the upside. So if we decide to push to the upside today, build market structure, higher highs, higher lows, or strength and momentum to the upside, we could see as high as 64, 63. However, I'm thinking that I'm going to keep it at about 64.50. So let's go ahead and convert this over to SPY. So about a 643 strike price for SPY. So I'm going to write that on the chart. We're going to do 643 and we're going to do 93 as the expiration. So this is if we break for calls. All right, everyone. So this is if we break for calls and this will be for SPY. To the downside, let's see. I would do 63.50. So let's go ahead and convert that as well. So I'm going to say 634 to the downside, and this will be for SPY. So this is the SPY conversion. So I'm going to type for puts. And we're looking at 634. All right, so this is going to be for puts. So if we decide to break to the downside on SPY, this is what we're going to be looking at. All right, so that's going to be your conversion. Let me actually fix that. That's going to be your conversion for SPY. So if you decide to take SPY levels as opposed to SPX, then you can do that. You can just change out the trade on SPX and just opt for SPY instead. But let's talk about SPX. So if SPX decide to move to the upside, we will be looking at 64.50. So in the money to 64.50 for calls on SPX. If it decides to push to the downside, we will be looking at in the money to 63.50 for puts. So to the downside, 63.50 for puts on SPX, but you also have your SPY conversion. So you can use this chart and take SPY instead if you wanted to. But again, for SPX to the upside, we're looking at in the money to 64.50, so 64.50. To the downside, we're looking at in the money to 63.50, so 63.50 for puts on SPX. All right, everyone. So I hope this video is helpful. If you like this video and want to see them continuously pouring in, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend or family member. I hope to see you in baggage claim. Have an amazing day. Bye.